In another time. In another dimension. Bearded warriors. Trapped in an eternity of vapid space. Doomed to wander the galaxy. Broadcasting their nonsense to the void. This is StarCast.
Nice.
Because it was garbage.
All right, we are live. Hello.
Did they get that last one? I don't think they got that last one. Thank God.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, people.
Welcome to everybody over on the base, listening to us simulcasting on the base. Mr. Rico is graciously sending us off across the verse into people's ships. So, Trendane.
Yeah.
He was sleeping again.
Now everything in this eye is all blurry because I had my hand pressed up on it.
Let's do that. Welcome to the show tonight, Mr. Trendane, Mr. Bod699, Perfekt Nerd, SgtStakas, CoreofexisteNz, and of course Mr. Rico, who is in the background.
You know, I was just looking at the number count. It says that there's 103 people. Do you remember when, like, 5 years ago when we started doing this show?
Or whatever.
And we would get like 26 people, and we hit like 30. We're like, oh, we got 30 people.
I know, yeah, oh yeah. And by later on, it'll probably be about almost close to 200 by the time we're done. We just started, so it takes a few minutes for people to get here.
I think our first ever podcast, we had 8 people.
Yeah, and 4 of them were us because we
4.
And the other 4 were Imperium members?
Right. Yeah, we've come a long way, baby, that's for sure. And then tonight, Mr. Clifford, a.k.a. Miku, who's in the audience, has been gracious to give us a ship. We're going to be giving away a ship on tonight. It's a freelancer package, and he is also throwing in the $5 alpha, what do you call it, thingy. Yes,
the ticket.
The ticket.
Whatever.
Not only is he just giving us the... oh, he just said that in chat just now. Funny. Not only is he giving us the ship, but he's also throwing in the $5 for that, which is absolutely amazing. All right, so prerequisites for the drawing, because we're going to get there, and you guys have a chance to get this going before we get into the drawing. So we'll get into the show in just a second. But the prerequisites are this. You need to be a follower and subscriber to the channel. Yes. It's a prerequisite. It's 1.6 sex a day.
Oh.
Well, you know, sometimes you get a little bit of the premature thing going on, so you might not finish up exactly.
Yourself.
Well,
or when
you get older,
disappointed and just leaves 60% of the way through.
60% of the way through. I'm gone.
It's like, this is just not going to work for us.
Yeah, I'm sweating too much.
It's when your hand falls asleep on yourself.
Yes.
It's amazing. Was it good for you? No. Too fucking bad.
Oh, I don't have a cigar on me.
All right, I screwed that up. Okay, so 1.6 cents a day to be a subscriber to the channel, and over the last month we've given out over $1,000 on this channel with prizes and giveaways and stuff. So if you're ever thinking of an incentive to join, now is the time to do it, because we're just going. Matter of fact, I gave away so many prizes recently that my Steam account has been blocked from buying anything else. That's no joke. So anyway, for the ship that we're giving away tonight and the ship that we're giving away next week, it is a subscriber-only ship. Just so, there we go. Your sock was disappointed and jealous, says the squirrel.
Well,
all right.
If you read a little bit further up.
Yeah, I guess well, that part right there is all I need to read, really. He's got a very
Zach should
disappointed
have realized
sock.
it wasn't serious. It's a sock's fault.
So once you subscribe, hey Sammy, thank you so much. Once you subscribe and follow, then you can enter in the drawing. We have a new bot, and if basically everybody can enter the drawing, but it will only. Oh, there's this happy sock. It's gone.
No. This is you can tell because it's not
sticking to the.
It doesn't stay out of the. This one is clean. These, however.
Yes, Calabre, Steam, and it does block me from giving any more money. Is that what you called it in the Army too? Because in the Navy they were called happy socks.
Sorry, you were talking about Steam a second ago.
Yeah, I do jump around a little bit. I have ADHD, so.
No, we didn't call them that at all. We called them socks.
Squirrel's like, of all the things you guys repeat on the cast, FML.
Now I only knew one guy who used a sock for any form of pleasure, and he informed me that any time I wake up in the morning and I see his socks, tucked into his boots, don't mess with them. I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with your socks anyway.
Make some tea out of them.
Doesn't matter with it.
I don't know.
No.
Why are you touching my socks, man?
No.
All right. So first topic of the night. Oh yeah, turn the heist off for the show. I probably should do that.
Yeah.
Good idea. We have a bunch of new games and stuff on the channel, but we're going to turn off heists and in the arena for the show. Sorry, everybody, but yeah. So I went back to what I was talking about. The raffles are only going to be for people that are listed as a VIP Silver. If you're not sure, type in !VIP, and it'll tell you whether or not you are a VIP member or not. Basically, if you have a little logo next to your name, you're definitely a VIP member. If you don't, you can enter in the raffle as much as you want. You won't lose any coins, but you're definitely not getting in. We have a rope, a little velvet rope that goes around the thing, and
Domobot won't even respond to me.
yeah, he's like, "Fuck you, you're not a VIP member."
It's like, can't handle the shit.
He just completely ignored you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it doesn't respond if you're not a sub. If you're not
Bob, that
VIP.
was a great command. Ignore the exclamation. Ignore perfect. That was a great one.
Yep.
You bastard. This is okay. It's on.
It's
okay.
on. So I'm gonna take that bot.
Let me just go and reset my router real quick.
Oh no, this bot is significantly more efficient than our old one. This one can handle up to 2,500 people in the chat. Our old one couldn't handle more than 300, and we did go over 300. See how fast it's replying? It can reply in less than a millisecond, which the old one would take like 30, 40 seconds to reply sometimes.
But it is now spamming the chat.
It's fine. Spam away, everybody. Spam away. It's okay.
Now, what Domo means by that when he says that it can handle, would you say 3,500?
2,500.
25.
It's going up to 10 grand. I think he's going to get it up to 10,000.
So what he means when he says that it can do 2,500, we only have 108 people in the thing right now. Go and get all your friends and bring them here right now.
Oh, we have a new subscriber. Orgasmuson. Orgasmuson?
Oh, Gamma Senate.
Don't ask me to pronounce names.
Close enough.
Never expect me to pronounce names correctly.
It's fine. I did it for you.
Thank you.
I read that as orgasms are in.
Orgasms are in. And they definitely are. Thank you, Orgasm.
They're in.
Orgasmuson. Og. Thank you, Og. Welcome to the tribe. One more person. You can now enter the raffle. Okay. So let's get on with our stuff. We're going to talk about the next great starship first because we got a lot of things to talk about tonight, but this one was definitely a bone of contention. Before we get into it too much real quick, remember, brackets. If you have any question, stick them in brackets, please. Just type in bracket like Mr. Cyberwolf does. If you have any questions, ask Cyberwolf any question about how to ask a question on the show because he will answer them for you.
Please spam him with 50 questions on how to ask a question properly. See how he likes it.
That's 4
Yes.
from Cyberwolf
I was
already.
going to say, because we've got 4 of them already from him, so
I know.
5.
people have got to compete against him.
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be 6.
It's okay. He always asks good questions. So.
Oh, they're great questions. He just prolific is all.
Can't get through all of them.
All right.
It's like he wakes up every morning, comes up with a new question, writes it down, and then when StarCast comes up, he'll have 7 new, very long-winded questions, which is fine. But it happens every week.
I just get this little mini video of him in bed. It's got little cyborg. And then he wakes up. Aha! And he writes it down. And then goes back to sleep again.
I just realised something.
We should spend the rest of the show talking about Cyberwolf and his questions.
No, all I realise is
What?
because he missed
We
last
probably
week, so
could.
he's got 2 weeks worth this
He's
week.
got 2 weeks all bottled up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all right.
Oh my god, it looks like he's letting his load loose all over our chat window.
I was just
right now.
about to say that sounds so
he's even got a fuck you core in one
I
of
saw the
those
fuck you
questions.
score. I saw that. That was great. Hey, geeky girl, how you doing? Okay, so next great starship. What do you guys think? It blew my mind, the one they kicked out this week. That just was like, what?
Yeah.
I guess we're hopefully not ruining it for everybody. This is from a show from Friday. If you missed it
I
by
was-
now, what were you
I was
gonna say?
just about to say, if you have not seen Friday's show, mute this thing right now, and when I do this, you can come back in.
It's like,
or you can. But from now until then, it's spoilers.
We're spoilers.
Okay, go.
Big
Spoilers.
spoiler. Okay, so can we say now?
Yeah.
Okay. They kicked out the Four Horsemen.
Which is stupid as hell.
You spoiled it.
Shut up, Corey. You haven't even seen the show. Shut up.
Sorry, go.
Spoiler. A penguin cheek. How big are your penises? Do we want to whip it out on screen right now?
Mine is penis sized.
Mine is penis size as well. Excellent. All right, so they got rid of the Four Horsemen. Now, I do believe that they did have a valid reason, mainly because it had a TARDIS effect, right? The inside of the ship looked amazing and beautiful and cool, but the outside of the ship, the way they had the canopy was so large, it made the ship look like it was about like the size of an F-15. But when you're walking around the inside of it, it was massive. It looked like a carrier inside. So I believe it was the canopy that kind of made it get like that.
Sure.
Scaling, from what I remember them saying, scaling was one of the issues they were concerned about because it did have that effect. The other one was also they mentioned a lot about just the overall concept of the look of the ship. When they first showed that type of concept, they were all like, "Wow, that's really different. That's really cool." But then when they finally got to the point where it was getting textured and it was almost done, they sort of said, "Oh, I'm not too sure anymore." And that was pretty much it, other than a small scaling issue and them just sort of going, I'm not too sure how it looks anymore. That was kind of all it was. So it was sort of a bit weird that that's what got it voted out.
Yeah, I thought that was... I mean, it's kind of unfair if you think about it, because it's like, hey, go this direction, and then they went in that direction, and they're like, well, I guess we just don't really like it anymore.
Yeah, I honestly, I did kind of see what Chris Roberts... Would you stop at Core? I did kind of see what Chris Roberts... It's very distracting. I'm watching you dance there. Chris Roberts was talking about where, like, everything sort of was backloaded, like the entire ship from the waist back was all this stuff, like the little openers and the clamps, the pliers they were calling them, the nutcrackers, whatever. And then then they had that sort of shafty part in the front, which made everything sort of look odd. It looked a lot like an F-15, sort of like the way, you know, everything looks in a modern fighter jet, not a gunship. So it did have more of a classy, sleek look and not so much of a gunship, to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like those things.
I did too. I thought they were cool.
The
He's doing the
staples.
Cabbage Patch, by the way, Cyberwolf. That's what he's doing. What about 3 Dingo?
The main thing that I saw that lost them the votes was their lack of interior shots. Yeah, and that and the overcomplicated, or just the busyness, I guess. What is it? Mark uses
Frequency.
Frequency, yep.
The frequency. There's too much frequency. One chip's not enough. One chip's too much. But and it's funny too because not 2 days after the show, if you go into the RSI site and check up for the updated videos from those particular teams that are trying to go for the save vote, there is a video from them, about a 3-minute long video of their entire, almost completely done interior. And I'm like, why did you idiots not put that in the thing?
Yeah, right.
Seriously, even I couldn't imagine them completing that entire interior in only 2 or 3 days, if it is as live as they say it is. They could have shown it out in some blocked out form.
Yeah, that
even.
one, like 8-Bit Amoeba, he put it in there, and it was like his was just freaking blocks.
Yeah.
So.
If I vanish suddenly,
Yes?
I thought I just felt a small tremor.
Okay.
So if we have an aftershock that's stronger than the original quake, and I suddenly
This is so
disappear,
weird. In California, it might start shaking and everything. He's got like little feathers. I'm waiting for them to start moving in the background. It's
Just
gonna be
make
great.
sure it's not wind.
Trendane's
If
having
the
an
camera will
earthquake.
stay on, you'll just go straight through the floor.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
all.
I see your. Oh wait, your towel's moving.
Yeah, but that's because the fans are.
Oh, okay. All right. What about 8-Bit Amoeba? What do you guys think? You think it was fair? Like,
I do.
yeah.
Personally,
Definitely.
I do. Yeah.
It was fair.
Yeah, it was. I mean, give the guy mega props, but I think he got in over his head, and I think he just didn't have the time to devote to it like the other teams did.
I mean, doing it alone is hard. It's seriously hard. I mean, the fact that he managed to do that much, I was super impressed.
I will argue though there are a couple of other teams that have made it through that are actually only like what's his name? Oh, mind blank.
Cryo.
No, the other one, the POM, Darren.
Talon.
Talon Corp.
Mm-hmm.
He's a one person thing, and his is almost completely done. So I guess when you've got one person who's set that standard, it, irrespective of what that other team or person's situation is, it kind of reflects against that. Like, he might not have anything better to do. He may just be like, yeah, whatever, I've got all this time to devote to it. That's probably not the case, but then you see this other guy who's working just as hard, but just hasn't had the time. But when the judges see it, it's completed interior, grey box interior.
The other reason that Talent Corp is awesome is because he's fucking gorgeous.
Well,
oh my lord. Trendane.
That cannot be a basis of your vote. I guess it can be, and yours.
I was going to say
That's
that's why my vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually kind of funny because Cryo, Skyguard Fabrications. I mean, it seems like in 8-Bit Amoeba, it seems like the one-man teams generally couldn't do enough to get the votes.
Well, of course. I mean, you got 3 people working on something and versus 1. Unless that one person has no life and no job, and they just sit there all day coding, or not coding.
But even then, the creative process, like as it functions with 3 people, is usually better in every way compared to one person doing it on their own.
Having said that, though, as I mentioned earlier, that they've got updated videos on the website. Skyguard Fabrications, he also got pretty much pinged pretty hard for not having an interior shots.
Yeah.
The outside of the ship looked lovely, but then the interior, he didn't even show the interior in any format, and that, I think, went against him. Yet again, he's revealed an interior shot days later with a video. And honestly, from what previous shots we saw of his interior, which was just like a single shot of the cargo hold, all he's really worked on is the chair, the seat, the pilot's seat. But it's so intricate and so detailed.
So good.
Oh my god! It's like
Infinite Shoe Monkey, the way their stuff all moved and was like flowy and.
There was no animations, but just it's supposed to be like you strap yourself into it, and like in today's ships, how it's planes. Sorry, how it's like an eject seat, but it's like got 4 different thrusters on it, so you can actually use it like a mini jetpack in space.
Oh, cool! That's a neat idea. So if you eject,
nuts.
yeah.
I was thinking this earlier. I thought this is from the beginning when I first saw his gun, and I've thought this pretty much all the way through. For a single person, he's like the most talented person in this competition.
That's pretty bold.
But I think he's his own worst enemy, though. He holds such a high expectation for himself and his work, and he spends so much time on one thing, like the seat. Yeah, I mean, it's great, but
if you have all the time in the world, it's great. If you have no deadlines, if you have no obligations, and if you don't have people who pledged $42 million into your company, it's great.
Yeah. So I think given the time to do it and the resources, he could come up with ridiculous stuff. But in this particular arena of competition, if you want to call it, his attention to detail and his own high personal standards are basically what's his own. There's nothing else is basically killing him other than that. Because I think even if he had have produced the chair to maybe half or 2/3 of the quality that he did and spent more time on the rest of the interior, he could be maybe not having to fight for his, for his ship in the save vote. But
Yeah.
well, we'll wait to see what happens.
All right, let's go around the room, except for Core. Would you guys vote to save? Harris.
Cryo.
Yeah. Originally, I would have said Four Horsemen, but I gotta go with Team Cryo on this one. I really like his thing.
All right. Bod, you just said it.
Yeah, I went Cryo too.
Cryo, okay. Trendane?
I've forgotten.
Awesome combo!
I can't remember who I voted for. And it
Lakota
was
55. Sorry, real quick.
Very difficult. Okay, sorry.
Oh, that. Congratulations, Lakota.
Subscriber.
Welcome, Lakota. Okay, sorry, Trendane. Continue.
Okay.
I haven't. Here's a problem. Is normally I have that shut off, so all it does is make a little beep noise, but I can't do it now. I literally have to start the podcast all over again, and I'm like, well, screw it. So I apologize for the noisiness of this is going to be tonight if people subscribe, but
Have we got Wubs going?
we've got Wubs and we have now we just had Awesome Combo,
Awesome combo.
which reset our combo clock. That's the clock up in the upper corner. If you guys are looking, the numbers that are counting down, that's our combo clock. All right, Stakas.
Do you remember? Well, Trendane hadn't finished.
Oh, I thought he did. I'm sorry.
No, you told me to go ahead, and then you kept talking.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Trendane, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I still don't remember who it was.
Oh, it's okay. What's that?
The extra time didn't help. I was
Combo!
Oh my God! Triple combo. Dan Retta.
Oh,
Go
damn.
ahead. I'll look and see who the savees were and see if I can remember.
Just FYI, Lakota and Dan are long-time IMP members.
Yeah, I recognize the names.
Nice.
Yes, thank you, Dan Retta and Lakota. Thank you so much, guys. You guys
Welcome to the tribe.
you're able to jump in the raffle tonight. Boy, a lot of people are going to want this ship, and next week even more.
I wish I could opt in.
No, and you guys are more than welcome to. No, just because you're on the show, the odds of your raffle, the odds of you being in the drawing is the same as anybody else. What?
What? Nothing. I
Okay.
didn't say anything.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Stakas, who did you vote for?
I did go for Skyguard. I voted for him because
Really?
Yep, I did because I felt, and I felt if given the time to really work on his ship and given the opportunity, I reckon just the quality of his work is gonna see him do great things. Even if he doesn't make it the whole way through, I still want to see him in the finals.
Honestly,
Go
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my best situation. I mean, I've started liking Talon a little bit more since he's updated his ship to not be so flimsy. So my personal top three would be Talon, Skyguard, and Infinite Shoe Monkey in the top three fighting. If any one of those three won it, I'd be happy. So I voted for him.
All right. Perfect. Did you already say?
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say really quickly that I think that CIG should hire Skyguard Fabrications.
Oh, you should. See, your
I think
videos.
he's that talented. I think they should definitely consider hiring him.
Your video froze up.
My video froze up.
Well, your video and audio are out of sync.
It's
They
funny.
should
The perfect quality, just out of sync.
Yeah, it's really good. It looks very clear. Just
Okay. Well,
Super
my
combo!
life.
oh my God,
It's
super
all-
combo,
Oh Jesus!
super combo, and then
There you
another.
go.
Oh my God, we got a combo one done tonight. Holy
Good.
crap!
Double sub.
Yeah, double sub. Well, welcome guys. Holy shit. Yeah, another combo coming. in.
Hyper combo!
We're at hyper combo. Hyper combo. You guys are missing out on it, but it's fun. All right, so I went with Four Horsemen, and the only reason with Four Horsemen is I figured they can fix their thingy, the canopy, make it a little bit better. But their interior is so ready, and I think personally that the developers didn't get what was going on with that interior, and I think they were just looking at something else. I don't know, but when they were going through, and the woman was saying, or the girl, whatever it was, she said,
Oh, the narrator.
she was like, and here
Oh,
we
you meant
have
Sandy.
these. No, not Sandy. I know who Sandy is. But
I know.
here we have the shield generators, was those 4 round things that were in the hallway, right? And when they got to the point, they're like, well, I don't know what those things are. And I kind of thought that maybe they weren't listening or something, and that kind of took some points away, because I thought that was beautiful, because they looked sort of like you could imagine what shield generators might look like, and it had a lot of intricate detail in it. So I went with 4 horsemen. I think they can redeem themselves. They're outside the ship. If they can get it to look as good as they're inside, it was
Probably
going
gonna
to game. I think so. A lot of people were up in arms over them. I found that out later.
I did. I voted for 4 horsemen too. For me, it was tough between 3 dingo and 4 horsemen, but ultimately I went with 4 horsemen as well because the interior was so great. I loved it. I finally remembered.
Fenvir says 4 horsemen didn't get votes because the ship isn't a Star Citizen ship. It's too cartoon-like and not realistic. The scissor engines would keep it out of the finals. I have no doubt. Well,
They're so cool, though.
can't fix
They'll
their ship
say.
unless they replace the staple guns. Now, before in the original part, I thought those closed down. They were closed down most of the time. They opened up like that when they went into atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's that opened engine thing's
was that?
just for atmospheric. That's BOD's
That's
alert for
something.
someone
Bone.
streaming.
Kidding.
Or streaming.
All right. So is that pretty? So right now, this minute, what ship would you guys buy before let's wrap this up before we go on to our next topic? If you had to this minute, what ship would you buy? Trendane?
Freelancer.
No.
No.
You're not playing along with the game.
I was gonna say something similar to that. Actually, I was gonna say
You stole your
890
thunder.
jump.
You stole your thunder.
That's all right.
How can I be stealing
Snake
it?
Cara called me fat.
Well,
Man.
No, you're not fat. I'm fat.
no, me.
No, but he
fatter.
said Core needs to lighten up. But you heard.
Well, I think he's talking about the gravitational pull around Ireland where you live.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, Bod. Well, okay, no, actually, no. Trendane, what ship would you buy from? I almost moved on. What ship would you buy? I was hoping I would too. He was like, I'm just hoping to sit here and be
Just
like,
just go with Talon because you want him to come with the ship. As long as
Literally.
you have,
And he
Literally.
printed it. That was so
Yeah.
awesome.
That was
I was
cool.
like,
Just-
oh,
just
And
if you can
I
have an
want-
NPC of him with that ship.
I don't want an NPC of him.
I
want
know you
an NPC
don't.
of him.
I know what you want.
No, I would probably go with of any of the ships, even the ones that are still in, or the ones that have been eliminated so far.
well, this is fair question. I think you could go with any of them. Any of them you'd like. But I guess it's
because
probably moot. But.
I really like. I still really like the silverback. I like the way it looks. It doesn't necessarily have to fold the arms out in front of it thing, but I still really like the look of it.
Yep.
So that would be my choice.
All right, Bod,
Talon.
Talon.
Definitely Talon cool. Yeah,
All right.
of course. Partly because, he's a fellow Brit. But yeah, I liked his ship. And the printed model was great.
It was, and I'm surprised nobody else did that because they've already got them in print-ready format, right? So all they have to do is send it over to the printer. It's already a OBJ file or whatever it is they're working in.
Yeah.
Perfect. What would you like, sir?
Talon as well, for sure.
Really, you
Is
guys
that-
are telling. Hardcore.
Idris.
I'm going backwards.
No, Core. No, I didn't get you yet. It's Stakas' turn.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm still Team Infinite Shoe Monkey. I really do like the general, just despite the detail that they've got in their ship. The shape of it appeals to me too, despite what people think it looks bland or whatever. I like it, so I would definitely pay money for that ship if it was on the thing.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. I would probably go with Infinite Shoe Monkey. I can't stand the way the outside of the ship looks, but the inside is just amazing, and all the animations are just gorgeous. I could see myself walking around that ship compared to the other ones. If I had to buy one today, that would probably be it. So we'll see how it comes out in the end here. We only have 2 more weeks, right? 3 more weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 or 3.
2 or 3 more weeks, and we're almost done. All right, let's go on to our next topic.
Did Harris say which one he was gonna?
Didn't I ask
Ow.
Harris?
Talon.
Talon, yeah. He's,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I said it.
Okay.
I said
So-
it. You got me. We're good.
Okay.
What's up?
Core not get a say?
You don't get a say.
You said
said-
Idris.
You-
But the
Idris.
Bonnie Merchantman is also so cute. I mean,
No.
That is
No.
true. I was showing
that
that
ship
to
I
is
could ask you, but
really
you probably-
starting to become
What's that?
so beautiful.
The bottom instrument, the
pretty
more they
cool.
work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of makes me kick me in the butt I didn't get it earlier. but whatever.
I skipped
We've got so many requests currently going on for people trying to trade the Retaliators for Bonnie Merchant. It's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Really?
I get
I'll let
it.
you in mine. It's okay. You can all join. You can all get in.
8 people crew, man. You're going to need it.
Indeed.
Jeez.
All right. So our next topic is, of course, the dogfighting module, aka Arena Commander. Yes. Well, I got to get rid of this text chat. So a note from Ben Lesnick on the chat they had recently. Ben said the DFM is feature complete, which means that all the levels and ships and such that it's going to ship with. Right now they're testing internally to fix the bugs that come from that. Chris is hoping to give out a plan tomorrow. This was from today, by the way. I saw the dogfighting mod. Sorry, this is him speaking. I saw the dogfighting programmers huddled around a whiteboard when I got back from buying a robot fish. I bet they're talking about it now. Whatever a robot fish is. That's more intriguing than anything else he said in the previous 2 sentences.
Gross.
Maybe.
So, can discuss. What do you guys think? I have to fix this title.
We
Well-
do know. Go ahead, Core. Go ahead.
Well,
So,
I have to play, the evil asshole here. Chris, he is hoping for, to push out a release plan tomorrow. But since he's a perfectionist, it might be Monday. 'Cause-
Who knows?
I mean, coming up with a plan is not actually like.
No, it's not. It shouldn't be difficult. We should have already had it. We should have had it weeks ago when people were planning their vacations around these release dates.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's true. But
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, we also know that your citizen number will determine when you get into the dogfighting module. So I thought it might be fun to compare what our citizen
We're going to
number
whip it out anyway. We were talking about that earlier, and then we weren't going to whip it out. Now we're going to whip it out.
Now we're gonna whip it out.
All right. I know mine already because we talked about it the other day, so I've already looked mine up.
So mine is 00022256.
Wow. You have the longest one by any of us, I think. That beats Bod, because I know Bod's
What was it?
2256.
Yeah, really low.
Really low.
Yeah, well, I'm a golden ticket holder,
Well,
so
Jesus.
I think I was
Ah.
one of the first people, like one of the first 50 or 100 people, maybe.
No, you're the
Wow,
2,500.
that's
Yes, so you win.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, yes.
All right, so let's go around the rest of the room for second place, penis. What do we got?
I think Bod takes out second penis.
Bod's got second penis.
Yeah, I've
What
got
would you-
42,000 something.
What is it?
42,000 and some odd change.
I might have lower, but I have
No,
to look.
you're 81,000 core.
Oh, there you go. If you already know, then why the hell am I even bothering to look?
I checked. I checked because we were discussing it.
He went in the bathroom and
in
looked at all of our penises.
We were
Well, the thing
discussing it.
was,
ages
I
ago.
originally had a lower number, but when the change happened to the website, my old account and my new account got screwed. So
Oh, that's what
my
happened to me
got
too. Yeah.
my number got up to 81,000, even though it was lower. It was around 10,000. It's still not as low as Harris, but it wasn't that high.
All right. Stakas, what's yours, man?
Due to my retardedness and not realizing that you could actually sign up for Star Citizen without having to pledge, I didn't understand that you
Me
couldn't.
either. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Otherwise,
like 2
I
or
would
3
have done it
months
back in
before
like
yes.
I would have done it back in June last year. But I'm like, no, I can't afford to do that yet because at that time I was just flat dead broke, and so I'm like, no, well, I'll just wait until I got the cash. So I only went in on the beginning of December or something. So I'm 346, 356. So I'm pretty high up.
And you have all those ships. I figured you'd started
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah. Well,
Trendane, do you know your number?
It's around Stakas's level, maybe a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
should.
higher. No,
It shouldn't be much
lower.
It should be.
Is it lower?
What was your Stakas?
Mine was 3,346,356.
350,000 ish.
Just under 350.
Okay, then mine is lower. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
255,181.
Wow,
I was
you're
gonna say,
right in your mind.
Yeah.
Well, you were the one that kind of, I mean, that's the whole reason I found you was because I was when you were first going through all the ship schematics and details and stuff, all the stats, and I was like, oh, what the hell is this? And so that's when I started watching your videos, and then like the next day, all the stats changed, and I was like, oh my god, that must suck, that poor guy. And then I started watching more of your videos, and then the next thing you know, I got sucked into this hellhole.
Yes. So yeah, I'm 240564, so I'm 240,000. So I'm not expecting any entry into it very soon. I'm thinking people that are in the under 100,000 will be the first group in.
As far as I'm aware, even people that are all the way up to 100,000 are. We're talking about people that signed up around the end of July last year.
But
right?
not that late.
Sorry?
So not that late.
Not that late. It was like 100,000 until like July of last year. That's when it started exploding in that September month. And then it was September, November, just it went nuts. And it was like 200,000 were given out in like just that very small period of time. So even, at the time, for me to go from 10,000 to 81,000 didn't seem like that big of a deal because we were on 300,000. Yeah. But now, I, of course, regret not fighting this case more. And I instantly, the moment I heard, I sent another PM, and they were like, well, the database, the number has already been taken. We can't change it again. And they apologized profusely. And
didn't they just make Chris Roberts number one? They just changed Chris Roberts to be number one. So
originally, Chris Roberts was number 4 or 5 or 8.
Yeah.
But the administrator for the first system for the database was number 1. So they changed it.
Yeah.
See, they can do that for him. Why can't they do that for you, Core?
I don't know. Some random alt account has taken my number.
Yeah,
it is
they can
too.
do that for him
Yeah.
because he is the boss.
He's the HMFIC.
Now, I don't know if people in the chat will understand that even though we're talking about the rollout of DFM, we're actually talking about the rollout of the multiplayer functionality, the ability to be able to matchmake with people. Everyone who has a alpha slot will get some form of DFM. I think it's going to be mainly like the Vandal Swarm. Chris has pretty much come out and said everyone is going to get Vandal Swarm to start with, but only those low people will have any sort of multiplayer play with your friends. Well, you'll only be able to play with those low number people, whether they're your friends or not. So just don't want people in chat to get the misconception, oh, we have to wait all this time. You'll be able to get in your ship and fly around the minute they start releasing it for people to download. It's just you won't be able to matchmake with other players until your number comes up.
Yes, that is correct. However, with the caveat that maybe not the minute it releases, because as we know, the server will crash at least 4 or 5 times.
Within the first days or whatever, it's just not gonna. You're not gonna have to wait 3 months before you get in and start playing the thing.
SimCity. Excuse me. Sorry.
Maxis.
EA.
Yes.
All right. Well, what else do we want to talk about the Arena Commander? I guess that's probably it, right?
Well, this kind of ties in with that show, Wingman's Hangar.
Oh, yes, that's where I was going to go next.
Okay, well then this ties in directly. When they were showing the video for the Arena Commander thing, there was a point where one of when they're mousing around trying to choose which thing, one of them was free flight.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, what is that?
We're going to be doing...
What is that?
They want you to. They kind of want you to fly around and kind of feel how the game feels and the physics and everything. And that would probably be where I would start off with.
Yeah.
Just so that you could sort of...
Go ahead. I'd love to jump straight into multiplayer, but, 81,000. I'm probably not in first drop.
Well, I think anybody under 100 grand probably is.
I'm hoping I'm at least second drop because.
Well, look at it this way, Core. If they break it up right now, I just saw somebody in chat say they're almost 1 million. They're like 9975 or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if they're already up to 1 million, then I think the first 100,000 will be your first. They're probably going to break it into groups of 10. You know,
It's
like,
going to kind of depend on you want the first amount to be relatively low, and then you want to see how much that increases server load, and then depending on that, you can judge and estimate how much.
I believe that,
but
this is my opinion. I think the people that have those numbers will be lower. I think those people are either unless they're really rabid fans like you guys are that have the lower numbers, they probably bought the thing and just said, you know, whatever, I'll check it out when it's finished or something like that. And there might be less of those people still around, unlike the 9 million people or the people up in the million range who are right now wanting this game.
You mean like people who just saw a Kickstarter and jumped in on it even without knowing what it was?
Yes.
Yeah. I think the important thing to understand is the amount of membership numbers that they have is not a direct representative of how many alpha slots are actually given out.
Yeah.
So even like the
That's
Star
true,
Citizens
too.
I'm looking now is 448,843 Star Citizens. That's not to say that only half of them actually have alpha slots. So you may find yourself getting in a lot quicker than that.
Yeah, people who you needed a pledged package to be called a citizen, didn't you? Or could you buy that $5 package to be classed as a citizen?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, because
there is a pack that says civilian, which technically means it's a pack, which could mean you're a citizen. But I do know that just making an account on the website does not make you a citizen.
Right.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You have to pledge something.
You had to pledge something.
Okay.
When we went to the dogfighting module thing in PAX, I didn't make it to in time, but that's why I had to buy my wife a ship so that she could get in because they weren't going to let her in. She wasn't officially a citizen until she had a ship. So yeah.
But that could mean that you've maybe just pledged for subscribing or something. That doesn't mean you have to have an actual slot.
Right.
Yeah.
So who knows? So yeah.
But
I imagine Ben Lesnick probably knows.
Yes.
Would be.
Yeah, and Squirrel's right. There was a $5 show me the money, or just here, take my money, or something like that. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was on Kickstarter, though, I thought, where...
It was there for when I signed up.
It's still available now.
But it still counted as you being an original backer, which meant that it counted you as a citizen.
That's a good point.
Very
Which is
fascinating.
probably what I should have done when I first came across it. I waited till I could afford to get a ship, so...
No, don't say things
I pledged
like that.
I
So
pledged
there's
originally on the website.
Am I missing something in chat that's going by? It's going by so
Ben,
fast.
no, it's in the RSI chat because I'm watching over there. Ben Lesnick just said, "Wing Ben's Ben over."
What?
You like big bear guys, Trendane?
I do, but Ben is not my type.
Fair enough. All right, moving on. Let's talk the next thing about... we're going to talk about the new show in the verse. So, what do you guys think of this? Basically, real quick of a breakdown.
Don't you drug.
Don't you drug. Who just subscribed, yeah. Or just followed, I mean. Basically, they're going to be getting rid of Wingman's hangar, right?
Yes.
They're going to move everything out to California, which has probably easier access to higher production equipment and quality and stuff like that in California, and they get land earthquakes. And that means that Ben is going to be like a more of an integral part of the show. He says he's going to step up to it. So what are you guys' thoughts about this whole situation?
I like the concept of a new Around the Verse show. I mean, I know that a lot of people really loved Wingman's Hangar, but...
Me as one.
Yeah, I eventually, and this is maybe, just me being very boring, but I eventually stopped watching because it's not so much that I didn't enjoy watching it, it just was another half hour of things that I had to do, and it just became more of a chore to watch, unfortunately.
Sure. I think it's awesome, but at the same time, I'm a little curious as to how precisely they're going to change the format. So I'm assuming that Wingman will still be involved in some capacity. Because, so I think what they'll end up doing is they'll have like multiple reports they'll have a report from the Austin office, and then Wingman will be in charge of that. But then there'll be another report from Santa Monica, and they'll have more stuff. They'll have more time dedicated to other studios and what's going on, and videos from other studios.
Yeah, that'll be good. At least I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said there was going to be a rotating host, didn't they? as
Yes,
well?
yep.
Yes.
So one week you may have Wingman still hosting, next week maybe Sandy, but I mean I love Wingman's Hangar too, but the last month or so it's definitely starting to get a bit stale. So
It's not so much stale, but you're looking at it and you're not really hearing like way back when you learned new things about Star Citizen every time it came on, and now you're just like, I just read that on the forums like 3 days ago. You know, and unfortunately, that's something that happens when you're so actively involved with everything. But if you're not involved on the forums and you don't read the news, Wingman's Hangar would be the place to catch up.
Which is kind of what I would do. Because I've got so much stuff going on, I wouldn't have time, and I'd be like, okay, like tonight, I went back and watched Chris Roberts, 10 for the Chairman. I watched The Next Great Starship and Wingman's Hangar. Now, I've seen all three of those already, but I had to watch them again closely so I could catch up and everything and make sure I knew what I was going to talk about tonight. Because when I'm usually watching, I'm sort of got other things going on. I just look over at it and watch it for a second or whatever. But Ben Leslie said this. I'll quote what he says. He says, Eric will be on the new show, too, reporting from Austin. We're going to rotate hosts depending on who's available. Some weeks it'll be me and Sandy. Some it'll be William or Dave Haddock or Chelsea. And in the future, Eric can run the shows from Austin, and Aaron can do them from Manchester. And so he thinks the first air date is going to be June 11th for the new show.
And also, on a completely unrelated note for those going to Gamescom, Sandy is currently this week in Cologne checking out venues.
Core has been driving around behind her stalking,
Yep.
and he's got a restraining order now, which is excellent job. Good job, Core. She now knows who you are.
And I don't know if it's important, but Ben Lessing has confirmed several people that are going, which is almost everyone.
They should, because it's the biggest. And that last year at Gamescom, it was they did
got
some.
a big Gamescom.
Can't be everyone.
Well, not everyone, no, but last year was the. I mean, that's where I remember watching last year's footage from Gamescom, going, "Okay, this is awesome." So.
They got the whole crew coming. Well, at least the whole everyone that was at. You got Sandy, you got Chris, you got Ben, you got James. Even wanted to come, and there's like another 5 or 8 people whose names I've even forgotten that are all coming down, and then you got people from the Manchester office coming down because they really wanted to come as well. We've got a hell of a lot of Imperium members also going, and anyone else, of course, who wants to go can come.
So now, what Squirrel just said at 7:53 is not necessarily the way it reads right, because everyone's getting upset at what he said. And if you read it one way, it's one thing. If you read it another way, it's something completely different. So, yeah. Not going to touch that.
Make a sandwich or something?
No.
What?
Yeah. I guess Squirrel's upset that they canceled Wingman's Hangar. I'm upset about it too.
I'm going to play devil's advocate and be one of the only people who isn't upset.
Well, Core's not upset.
I'm not upset.
But I mean, like, no, I'm not even not upset because they're replacing it with something. I'm just not upset to see Wingman's Hangar go. The only real bits of information that I ever really took from it were those little clips that they had inside the studio, which end up being separate clips that end up on YouTube anyway. Mm-hmm. So from my point of view, as long as they keep putting stuff like that out, I'm really not going to miss Wingman's Hangar at all. I mean, of course, I'm going to watch whatever they replace it with out of interest to find out how much more entertaining it could be, but I don't know. Just personally, I was never interested in it.
To me, it feels like the death of a sitcom. Like, it comes to an end, but there's something new coming, and maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be good, but it'll be something else.
I just always found it really awkward to watch. It always felt really uncomfortable.
Well, I think that's because the guys...
tension.
Yeah,
sexual tension.
What, in the Wingman's Hangar? No, it wasn't sexual tension. I think it was just, there was... The guy, basically, they just weren't... They were like us, or we still are. Yeah. Okay? They're just a bunch of guys sitting around talking, and so they're not really, like, internet personalities, to say, so they didn't have, like, the presence... I mean, Wingman
Not like us. Not like us.
Well, definitely not like us.
Presence is incredible, obviously.
I don't know. I'm not trying to say that we are. I'm saying that they are like us, meaning that they're just a bunch of guys sitting around. They're not professional people like Dan Giesling or something like that, you know?
I find him worse. I'd rather watch Eric than watch that schmuck for 5 seconds. Seriously.
That's real nice.
Professional. That's a really liberal use of the word, I'm afraid.
There's a whole bunch of internet personalities we could name here that would probably be worse, and one of them you just named. But yeah, no, yeah.
Look, I don't know. It's just a personal thing. I think, maybe there was some redeeming features about the show. There was definitely nuggets of good information throughout, but just the general format and, I mean, they started off being like nearly an hour long, didn't they? At the very and they've slowly just cut it down. Now I think the last one was like one of them was like 20 minutes or something. Not
Last
including,
one was about 15.
And you also have to remember that it was one of the only sources of information back then, and they always did like some reveal about some new bit of information but now it's just like it gets told by moderators on the forum now, and it's just like, what the hell is the point of Wingman's Hanging?
It's like they had the same amount of information back when they were doing an hour show, and they only had one outlet, so it took up so much more time to give it to everyone.
Yeah.
But now they've spread it out over so many different platforms. They've still only got the same amount of information, sometimes even less. But they've then tried to spread it out over so many different formats that they just end up repeating themselves constantly over all of the different outlets that they have, and it just gets to the point where it's like you watch 10 for the chairman. Right, I've heard half of these questions. You go to Wingman's Hangar. Hang on, didn't Chris just talk about these in 10 for the... Then you go to,
that was that whole problem when he started 10 for the chairman was like, why are we doing this? We have the information that's coming from Wingman. Why do we have it now coming from Chris,
Yeah. And that's so... But yeah, I don't know. But I'll be excited to see what they bring out. I want to see what they do with all of the... It'll maybe the fact that they're getting all of their information directly from the sources, from the actual studios that are covering that particular part of the game, that may shed a new light on the entire sort of format. But
all right, break time.
What?
All right, so you guys want to take a 2-3 minute break? I'm going to go ahead and describe the giveaway tonight, and then we're going to start up our Q&A time when you get back from going potty or whatever it is you're going to do. Smoke them if you got them, rawr. All right, so tonight we are giving away a freelancer that was donated to us by Clifford, a.k.a. Miku. And Clifford is as anybody who's a donator on large objects on this show, ships, games, whatever, they get to be the ones who call the shots. And his prerequisite is that you have to be a subscriber for this ship. So this is a brand new freelancer, has never been taken out of the hangar yet, has no scratches, bumps, or dings. It maybe has a few lick marks on the outside, but other than that, it didn't come from Trendane, no. It is also going to come with the Alpha add-on, so there you go for that. Remember that the way these ships work, okay, if you win this ship and you send... Clifford is going to be the one who is going to transfer it to you, so I will be the facilitator to get Clifford your information. If you give Clifford your email address, and that is for your account, but you wanted to give this to your buddy, it's not going to happen because it's a one-time gift. So Clifford's going to give it to you, and then that's it. So make sure that whatever the one is that you pick that you want it to go to, that's the person it goes to. All right. So, you're breaking the rules at Twitch. This can't be allowed. It can be. Twitch a couple weeks ago removed their restrictions on having it as a subscriber-only lotto or raffle. It's totally legit now, so that's old stuff. Foxy Brown.
It just can't cost money.
It can't cost money, and I'm not charging anybody anything for this. It just has to be a subscriber, which is nothing to do with Clifford. Clifford's the one who gave me the ship, or he's the one giving the ship to whoever wins. There's no money taking place between myself and Clifford. This is just a gift for whoever wants to enter in. All right.
Break time.
Break time's over, I guess.
Oh, is it over?
No, that was it. When I'm doing the discussion about the ship, you guys are supposed to get up and go away. I said go away.
Wait, that was the whole break?
That was break.
Like 20 seconds.
That was only like 20 seconds, but it doesn't matter.
Well, isn't it time for it's like the middle of the hour. It's time for ads anyway, isn't it?
Do you... No.
Oh. Okay.
Do you want? Well, we could do ads if you want to do ads, and then we can
No,
put
no, no,
audio.
no. I thought that was the way you were going to do it. Now, is at the top of the hour, do a small group of ads. We were going to go have a wee and then come back, and it would be done.
Mm.
No, that's all right. Keep going. Do your thing.
Do my thing.
Do
All
what
right.
you want to do.
Which one? Who's Coreo?
Foxy Brown
Coreo's-
is talking about me.
Oh,
I'm
you?
Coreo.
He's
Coreo?
sort of like
Coreo.
Core, but he's
It's a great
black on
nickname.
both sides.
But there's two
Like
things.
creaminess
Yes,
and
there you go.
Or the creamy filling.
Unscrew him and you lick his insides.
All right. So when I start this raffle up, it's going to go for 45 minutes. It's going to be between 1 ticket and 100,000 tickets to buy in. If you're not a subscriber, you can enter as many times as you want. It won't register your vote or your ticket. So this is our new system. We got this really beautiful new bot. So basically, if you're a subscriber, you can do it. So let me go ahead and fire this thing up.
Vroom.
Vrum, 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 vrum. Okay, here we go. What?
Coreos are also the name of the followers that we gave to
Oh,
Core's
Cores. Oh, Coreos. Oh, that's
Twitch
a great
followers.
Twitch followers of
Yeah.
Cores. Coreos? That's an
Yeah,
awesome
Coreos.
name. No, that's a great name, actually. I like it.
But the Coreos just always need to be an even number so I can stand in between all of them.
Sandwich time.
All right, ticket raffle is open for silver and gold VIPs. Basically, if you're a subscriber, you're a silver VIP. Each ticket costs 1 Domo coins. You can buy a maximum of 100,000 tickets. Good luck, everybody.
100,000 tickets. I don't have that many.
May the odds be ever in your favor. Holy shit! People are dumping all their load. They're dropping their
no.
load. Remember,
Not
next
really.
week, guys, we got a Constellate Trendane. You're distracting. We have
Let them drop their loads. Don't tell them about the constellation
next week. We have a constellation coming.
Oh, there we go.
But you have a week to get more coins.
I'm only a slug.
You're only a slug.
Yeah.
You don't watch my show, dude. You don't watch my show.
I'm a slug.
Yep.
That was a level 2 donkey.
I
Really?
have no idea what I am. I have never used any of these commands. I have
think
no
you'd be
idea
a-
how many
you'd be a
tickets.
slug.
You look like a
Quick,
slug.
type it
No
in.
offense.
Wait, I'm not a subscriber. I
But
probably
you
don't.
can still check your
No, no.
ticket, your
Yeah, you
coins.
can still check it. Come on,
You
check
still
them.
get a rank.
No, that's okay.
Check them. Check
So-
them.
I can say with confidence you're a slug.
Yeah, you're definitely a slug.
In the best. In the best.
Dick.
There are 47.
Actually,
What?
actually, just so you know, hang on. Where is it?
Please don't tell me one of the things that you listed was dick. You got
No. Hang on.
slugs and donkeys and dicks.
I may not be a dick,
What?
but if it comes up, oh
Dick
my
butt
god!
becomes-
Look at the spam.
I'm a slug. It ignored me the first time, but then it deigned to give me my ticket information after somebody else in the same line.
Yeah, I want to give a special shout out for Mr. Clifford, who's donated this ship and also the Constellation. The added value of these two ships as well is over $400. So
Correct.
big time. Thank you so much, Clifford. This is mega
Round
killer.
of applause.
big
Yep.
round
Thank
of
you very much,
applause.
man.
There you go, Trent. I may not be a dick, but I am a member.
He is a member. He's the first level member. Anyway, so there's 47 levels. So if you guys have seen the slugs and the donkeys, basically those are lower tiers, and then it goes up to... You have to watch 485 days of my stream. That's 485 24-hour periods to get to Chieftain, which is a top level.
It's impossible.
It's not
It's-
even like core or something. What's going
No,
on?
it's Chieftain of the
Oh.
of the Doma tribe. But you could be the center of the Choreo. I mean, I can get you set up with this deep bot. It's pretty nice.
The creamy center.
The creamy center of the Choreo.
The creamy filling.
That's it.
Oh
All right.
Lord.
So I guess I can. I'll read the questions tonight, guys, because I'm going to be watching I'm going to be handling the stuff with the raffle. So let me go ahead and start asking the questions, and you guys can answer them. All right. Rico Beer says, "What is Trendane looking forward to the most at the DFM event?"
At the DFM event?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
The event that
DFM,
they.
it's another DFM event?
I wonder if he means the event that you're going to for the.
Yeah,
the
If
next
he
race
means
starship.
the next great Starship event.
That's what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, Rico
not
Beer
the
just said that.
DFM.
Yeah.
Yes.
getting his acronyms confused, Mr.
No.
Frenchie.
Don't pick on him. He's
on.
Canadian. Just let him go.
Trey.
Hmm. What am I looking forward to the most? Honestly, meeting the people.
Which people?
All of them. Everybody who's going to be there. I figure what's probably going to happen is, since we won't know who's going to be the winner, I figure they will hopefully figure out who the finalists are, and for this last episode, fly them out. Now, this is just me theory crafting on this, but they will have the potential winners there, and whoever wins gets to come up and claim an award or whatever, and then they announce the winner with them there, right there. And I would love to be there to meet the finalists and Dan Giesling and all the folks from CIG. Well, yeah, and I mean, it'd just be awesome to meet all of these people. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
You're going to be kind of a celebrity there. People might recognize you. Yeah.
Well, just because I'm wearing
The
the
base.
base T-shirt.
No, I mean, I went to
There
PAX.
you go, Rico. I pimped it the fuck out. Now shut up and leave me alone. Stop sending me.
He's got a
emails.
great T-shirt, by the way. Stand up
It
and
is
show
a
us your
great-
shirt.
Okay.
So I
Show
went
us
to-
your ass.
I went to
Show us your
PAX.
gorgeous ass.
And at least one person said, I know you're Geekdomo.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
There you go. The base.
Ow! Ow!
The Trendane is way more famous in the Star Citizen
The
community
shirt
than I am.
hit me,
Oh.
but it's brand new.
The
I wasn't
biting
even gonna
comes
wear it
free.
today, but Rico's like, wear the fucking shirt.
Nakara, if you type in Domo coins, the number that's in the brackets is the number of the tickets you did purchase. It doesn't take them away yet. It just shows them in the brackets.
Forever the pimp, Rico.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
This is a great shirt. How much are those shirts and where can we get one?
This one was $850 because it's the size of a circus tent.
And it's made from seal fur.
Yes,
Baby seal
but I'm
fur.
wearing it inside out. So
I was going to say that's on the furs on the inside.
It's like I was walking around the Arctic and I walked up this little white ball of fluff and I was like, "Shall we go clubbing?"
And then 10 minutes later, it's Trent with some glow sticks.
Oh yeah, Wes got nervous too. I'm not saying that. I'm just basically talking about Trendane being at the event. I'm just flubbing over my tongue all night tonight. All right,
It's like 5 feet long, man.
it is. I'm like
Reel
Gene
that
Simmons.
thing in.
All right, Cyberwolf has a question for us. So, ex-Diablo Blizzard dev Mayberry joins CIG. What do you guys think? The forum reactions seem mixed.
Well, as long as Chris doesn't ask him for his advice, I think we'll be okay.
Now, he wasn't a direct person that worked forever over there. He worked on Wrath of the Lich King and Burning Crusade, but he was just there in sort of the department doing little things. I don't think he wasn't the director of Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King.
He was he was just a producer.
Yeah.
And he was the lead game producer for Diablo 3.
The auction house debacle was his.
Could be, yeah.
I wouldn't say that because he wasn't actually a designer on the project. He was lead game producer. So I think designers actually have more. Lead game designers have more to do with that kind of mechanics thing.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, sure. I think that from an experience standpoint, he is. It doesn't necessarily. What matters in a producer is not necessarily like their. Not just what they've done or what products they've shipped, but their methodology and how well that fits in a company culture. And I think coming from Blizzard, it actually meshes really well with the sort of perfectionist nature of CIG. I mean, that's just what I think. Coming from like a development background standpoint, that's just what I think.
I was going to agree with that because Blizzard has kind of a thing about not releasing it until it's ready, and of course so does. Because I mean, people have been like, "Oh my God, when is Wrath of the Lich King coming out? When is?" And then like, when it's done, we'll give it to you. Well, we need a release date. No, we will tell you when it's done. Then we will give you a release date.
There's a very valid point that he brought up during his little interview with Sandy, and that was that with World of Warcraft having 10 million consecutive players at once, and a bug that has 1,000,001 chance to come up, it's still going to pop up 10 times that day. So they have to be like really specifically intense about the code. Like they got to get into it and just like make sure there's nothing wrong with it and test the crap out of it before they can have it come out to the public.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls.
Well,
they didn't do that.
Yeah, my view on the situation is, although Blizzard, there is a stigma about Blizzard in general, not
I still
necessarily.
like World of Warcraft. I won't be apologetic for it at all. I still like it.
No, not saying that. I'm just saying, as long as he leaves Blizzard behind, but brings his experience and his professionalism to SIG and then embraces their vision, I don't see it being. I think it's a boon to SIG to have someone with that sort of background and that sort of vision, like being a part of so many big games that it can only help to have him on the team. As like I said, as long as he leaves that there and just brings all the good stuff with him.
Well, he kind of already said that when he said that his job is to realize Chris's vision.
That's right.
And so long as that's the focus, then we're good.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, I wanted concurrent. I'm sorry, Star Citizens and Star.
It's actually really difficult for people who haven't been inside of a software development process or a game development process to be able to understand what it means when you hire certain people, because all they see is what they were a part of before. It's like, okay, they shipped this game and it was terrible, but that doesn't necessarily mean that
the job they did.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean that they did a terrible job,
Perfect example. I worked on Origin and Spore.
Yay, Spore.
I tried very hard to make those two things kick ass. Nope.
Don't blame Trendane for that. So.
When you say Origin, you're talking about the platform Origin.
Yeah.
Oh my lordness. Yeah. Okay.
Now we know who to blame.
Yeah, I can't. I'm going to blame you every time I have to. Yes.
Well, something had to go wrong somewhere.
Yep.
It was the Q&A.
Cool.
All right, next question.
Can't always blame the Q&A. Sometimes it's just built wrong.
Yeah, it could be. Were any of you surprised, as I was, the Four Horsemen badass interior lost out to ship him on, not really barely finished change from the last time we saw it? I think we kind of talked about this, but
are they asking? But are they asking specifically about the comparison between Four Horsemen and Shimmerpan?
They're asking if we were surprised that they were knocked out.
Yeah,
I think we already talked about that.
I think we talked about that.
All right, question for me. How does it feel to have your Starfarer go from the second largest cargo carrier to the fourth? Now with puny 75 tons versus the 180 and 200, the Bounty Merchantman, I can almost guarantee that the Starfarer is going to get a workover as well, just because it's one of the oldest ones there, and it's been sort of left alone. I mean, look at the Idris, got a massive change once they started figuring out what kind of cargo capacity they were going to have and things like that in it.
That was the Corvette, right?
Yeah.
We also noticed that the Hull C currently has a length of 200 something, which makes it look about this big and about that long, which I don't think they're really going for. So there is still discrepancies on the ship spec page. We're not sure if all of them were in but we do remember the one mention that they were going to make the Idris 200 meters. They didn't mean to release that information, but they instantly, conformed and said, yes, we're going to make it 200 meters.
Hey, bad guy!
The whole
bad guy, thank you for the subscription, bad guy.
Subscriber? Woo!
Congratulations.
Bad guy, you can now enter the raffle, by the way, if you want to. You got another 200 coins free just by subbing, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, comparing the size of the Hull C and the Banu Merchantman in dimensions, knowing how much of the dimensions of the Banu Merchantman are unused, that the Banu Merchantman carries 180, the Hull C, which is 200 meters long, carries 225 meters long, and carries 200 tons. It doesn't warrant the 20-ton difference between the two ships. Like, I don't know what the difference is there. But yeah. Also, how do you protect a ship like that? 225 meters of pure pipeline.
Yeah, shoot it up. It's going to get blown up. Anyway, I feel that the Starfarer is going to get some love, and eventually it should.
Yeah. It has four Class 9 automated defense systems. That's how, apparently.
Interesting.
What that means, I don't know. But it's Class 9, and that's supposed to be like the biggest and baddest.
Class 9 is the on the Idris. We know that it's the the capital ship anti-rocket launcher smasher thing.
Okay, so that means that it's definitely getting a size upgrade if it's going to be able to handle those.
Yeah, probably.
For which? The Starfare?
Yeah.
The Starfare has 4 Class 9s?
No. That was
jeez.
that was
the
the
whole
whole
C.
C.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Whole
holy
C.
shit. I was
He
like,
was
when did that...
Yeah, he was
That's
asking
a
how do you protect something that big, and I said, well, it's got 4 short-range automated defense systems, Class 9, and that's apparently how
Well-
they're going to defend it. So.
I don't really mean that big. I mean that long. I mean,
Still,
220
yeah. Still.
Well.
I heard it too.
I was trying not to.
I know, but then you started laughing, and then
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, Ankh says he's hanging on to his Starfare and lovingly. I am as well. It's a big space whale. I think it'll be fine. Just give it some time. It'll work out.
It'll be fine.
All right, moving on here. We've got lots of questions, so let's skip through here.
Yep.
Another one from Cyberwolf. I noticed that the mystery mount at the bottom of the Freelancer, one that Sig will talk about, is listed as new spec as Class 5 Size 1 coming soon, and also equipped on your Starfare and the Hull C. Discuss.
Class 5 size.
I think
Isn't
it's
Class
just been
5
a reclass.
Isn't Class 5 a manned mount?
Yeah, I think it's just a reclassification of the turret.
Yeah.
could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's all it is.
probably all it is. It looks like a manned mount anyway. All right, next question from Cyberwolf. Did you notice that the new Class 9 ADS defense system reminds of the system that the Navy had, one that looks like it's not a trash can with a Gatling gun, it's a R2-D2 with a hard-on. That's the official nomenclature from the Navy. It's called the CWIS Phalanx gun. No, I have not even noticed that, but why not? When you got missiles coming at your ship, why not? I mean, throwing out a lot of depleted uranium rounds is just an excellent way to stop it from hitting your ship. So...
And to lighten your ship so you can move faster.
Move faster.
That way.
Probably not. The depleted uranium doesn't weigh that much, but... All right. Oh my God, Cyberwolf's got about 20 more. Okay. Oh, from Rico Bear. For those with a HOTAS set up, how will you set it up on your desk? Is the HOTAS going to be a fixture, wooden plank? I just realized that mine has little suction cups that I never noticed before. They were in the box. I'm probably going to just stick it to my desk. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm just going to stick it to my desk.
For DFM drop, I'll be using my mouse and keyboard, but I will, as soon as, be picking up a joystick and probably trying to find some way to make it work with my lazy boy.
Well, you know, that's a good point, Cora. I have seen the people build like little small wooden boxes, and they like put screws through it and hold it down in the boxes, and the boxes sit up next to your lazy boy.
Or actually, you could have it as like a plank where you rest your legs on, so the joystick is in one place.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you've got 2 joysticks.
Cool. All right. Next question: with the release of the ship specs, and the delays in the DFM release, and the slowdown of the dollar faucet, is it time for another ship sale? Armed Forces Day is this Saturday, the 17th. I think they sold Super Hornet this time last year, Memorial Day on the 26th. What do you guys think? Time for a ship sale?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Just
always time.
sell the 890 jump, and I'll be happy.
Yes.
Here's the funny thing. They could sell the 890 jump with nothing but a couple of screenshots. I mean, look at the Starfare. I bought that, and it's only got like 2 screenshots.
They sold the Retaliator without any screenshots.
Without any
They just said it
screenshots.
was a bomber.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I think they had one. Like one
No.
rough panty, didn't it?
Retaliator had no screenshots.
I just want them to mention that there's a circular hover bed that rotates inside with the plush pile carpet, and maybe a few chrome poles, and I'm sold. Give it
Hey,
to
hold
me.
on.
And
And
a
in
mirror on the
Trendane, say
ceiling.
this. Say, "Oh yeah, baby," in your Barry White voice, because that's what's going to say when you walk into the room. It's going to say that when you walk in there. Go ahead, Trendane. Can you do it?
Probably.
Go.
Oh, no.
Here's your cue. I gave you your cue. All right.
Wait. I'm supposed to say what?
Oh yeah, baby. As you walk into the room, it's going to say, "Oh yeah, baby," as you get close to your circular bed with a disco ball above it. A floating hover disco ball, by the way. It's not mounted to the ceiling. Go ahead, Trendane.
Oh, I thought you were going to cue me.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's what's nice.
It's going to sound just like that as you walk
I would
into the
actually trade out the disco ball for the mirror on the ceiling. That gets me.
Why not both?
Yeah, I was gonna say why not?
And a laser pointed at the disco ball, so it goes like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mirror becomes useless at that point because you just look and
Act-
get an aneurysm.
Actually, my 890 wouldn't say Barry White. Oh yeah, baby. Mine would be like, come on in, baby. Yeah, get inside me. Come on now.
That's why I'm going to call my ship Felicia Day. All right, so Rico Bear has another question. What is Trendane drinking this week?
This week?
Mhm.
Like all week long?
I guess all week long, yes.
Yeah.
Water.
Water, okay.
I did have a beer
H2O.
last night, though. I did have a beer last night.
Okay, so this is a question from Hacks DB Header. Did they use my idea of buying a submarine combat game and reskinning it as a robot fish for our fish tanks?
Wait a minute. Is that what Ben was off buying was a robot
might have
fish?
been.
Maybe.
Maybe if your fish get damaged in the tank, but they don't lose a life, they can get a cybernetic fin.
Mm-hmm. But do you get a bounty for that when your fish gets bounty hunted?
I guess I don't.
What happens when the tank loses the hangar loses gravity? Because every once in a while power goes out. When the power goes out, that gravity's not going to work anymore.
Well, if you're on a planet, it will.
Well, if your hangar's on a planet yet.
Asteroid.
But the asteroid,
Somewhere.
if you're near the middle of the asteroid,
Maybe a little bit. Maybe fish will float around. All
well,
right.
they do that anyway. But
Sorry, Max. Hacks DB Header. I don't have a answer to that question.
then you have to get little drone fish to repair the outside of your robot fish.
a la Eve.
$80 million stretch goal, right?
We can outsource that to the alien fish.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Clifford has a question. Do you think Chris should have made an exception for people who have made completionist or above to get into the DFM head of Star Citizen number? So he's basically saying, if you got completionist, do you get to jump to the head of the line?
I don't think so. Otherwise, they would have mentioned that.
Well, they might be doing it and just not mentioning it, just
They
so that
might
they don't
be.
piss anyone off.
They might be, but that's exactly it, right? I mean, they've said we're going to do it by number, but to be honest, the only people who can police that are the people who are getting invited to the DFM. And I'll be honest, unless you're a complete troll and you've got a high number, then you'd mention it, but otherwise you probably wouldn't.
Okay. So basically, as Squirrel just said, that's pay to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, another question from Hacks DB Header. Should they have regeneration scene for Wingmen to the new host homage to Doctor Who? That's a neat idea, right?
Yeah.
So basically, Wingman dies, and then he's reborn as Sandy. So Sandy comes back as the next.
But he's going to be on it, though. It's not like he's never going to be on
Well,
the
the
show
old
ever
Doctor
again.
kind of shows up every once in a while.
And Peter Capaldi was in an old episode of Doctor Who, and he's the Doctor now.
He's Doctor now.
I know.
But what would be cool is if Wingman goes, "See you in the verse," and then like just starts erupting light and everything, and he turns into Sandy, and he's like, "I'm a girl. Oh, I am a girl," and then he goes on and does the thing. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that could work, maybe.
See?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
All right, so let's go.
Next one. I'm just trying. I hear somebody breathing, but I don't know where it's coming from. Everyone, stop breathing. See, I can't tell where it's coming from now. All right, Foxy Brown. I ponder. Don't you guys think that so many people have crappy systems that the DFM is not going to work at all?
Work good at all.
I'm not sure what country you live in, but most people I talk to about Star Citizen have upgraded their PCs.
Yes. Yes, you cannot play with an old HP quad core, or no, Pentium 4 with 2
come on,
megabytes
man.
of RAM. No, it won't work.
I mean,
Come on.
I don't mind talking about the times when current PCs weren't able to handle next gen games, but that time was the time of Crisis 1 release. I mean, that game was so space agey, no one could run it. But that's a different story altogether. And maybe that'll happen at the time of SC release that we all have upgraded our computers 3 or 4 more times before then. So I don't think it'll be that much of an issue.
Yeah.
And for this one, should be. Sorry, for this one, it shouldn't be.
I actually have a funny story about Crisis 1. So I remember in my in high school in our programming class, we tried to install it on one of the school computers. It ran so poorly that we were literally getting 1 frame every 3 seconds.
Nice.
And we actually got pretty far in the game, just like going based on how much mouse movement we'd approximately need to make to get the frame to move to shift enough to get the crosshairs to line up on that guy, and we have to click in this second of this frame to actually get it to shoot before we die.
Do you think that Star Citizen people are elitists?
I think that no matter where you go, if people have been around since the beginning, eventually they will start to feel more elitist. And
I'm talking about hardware elitist as well.
Well, you're talking about specifically a PC-oriented game.
Yes.
So generally,
PC Master Race?
Well, generally we tend to be a little bit, don't we? Irrespective of how many of us I've got an Xbox out there. I've had a whole bunch of consoles, but it's my baby,
Yeah, you never really hear another guy going like...
it's a little late for the trending.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
The poor people are sitting there waiting for us to stop talking. And he just waved the people in who are waiting for the spoilers to be over.
Spoilers
I don't think
yet? Oh, yes, the thing.
It's all good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was okay. All right, next question. I'm sorry, this is from Planewalker NCO. What will each of you be using to play Star Citizen, i.e. Oculus, mouse, keyboard, etc.? I guess we can go around the room. Mr. Trendane, what's your plan?
At first, I'll be on keyboard and mouse. But I will eventually get my HOTAS working. So.
All right. Mr. Rico? He's not saying a word. Okay, Mr. Core?
Yeah, keyboard and mouse to start with, and then depending on that, I will switch to a HOTAS and see how that goes.
You have a HOTAS, right?
I do, yes. I just don't have it hooked up or anything because I haven't played a flight sim in a very, very long time. But yeah, anyway. And I'm currently using just a 3-monitor setup, which is 27-inch... what's it called? With the...
IPS.
Anyway, there you go. 27-inch IPS, and depending on... And this is big if I like the Oculus Rift, I might be tempted to use that, but once an affordable 4K monitor comes out, I probably will pick that up
instead
at a very large size. Yes.
100% agree.
All right, Mr. Perfect.
So, yeah, I think the same as everybody else. I'll be starting off with the mouse and keyboard because they probably won't have full HOTAS functionality at the beginning. Like, they won't have the mappings and everything, and you'll need more functionality. So, because of that, keyboard's better. I also will probably be using a 3-monitor setup, and I'll be using Track IR because while the Oculus Rift is really awesome and incredible technology, wearing it for more than maybe 15-20 minutes it starts to get sweaty and heavy on your face and all sorts of stuff. So maybe they'll change that in the consumer version. We'll see. But for right now, I'll stick with my monitor setup.
Okay, Mr. Bod.
Yeah, I'll be starting out with just mouse and keyboard. I'm curious to try a gamepad as well, just to see how it's gonna work. But HOTAS, I don't know. Don't own one. Never owned one. So maybe I'll get one. I don't know. We'll see how mouse and keyboard goes with DFM.
Stakas?
Yeah, I'm gonna try between mouse and keyboard and the Xbox controller. I just don't think the whole HOTAS thing really suits my style of play, so I'll see how I go with keyboard, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up using the controller, because any time I do fly with the controller, I seem to do infinitely better than I do in mouse and keyboard. So, and if anyone in the chat, there's probably only about 3 people in the chat that has ever flown with me in something like Battlefield when I'm the pilot. Yeah,
bad news.
Hey, it's not good.
All right,
so I don't even get in aircraft if I'm in a pilot. I won't even get in one. I don't even want to try.
I have 3 monitors now, so I'm going to be using those, and Track IR. I've had Track IR for about 3 months. I'm more excited about Track IR than about Oculus Rift. I wore the Oculus Rift when I was on the floor of PAX, and it didn't really do it for me. I didn't get that blown away by it. But Track IR, and this is the part that bothers the piss out of me. Track IR was so easy for Chris Roberts to implement in the game, but they decided to go with the Oculus Rift instead. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's just a freaking hat for the damn joystick. So all I had to really do
It's
is
already out.
Yeah. And it's already out. It works. They just had to make it go, but they wanted to go with the Oculus Rift instead. Whatever. Okay. Besides that, I have all 3. I have a mouse and keyboard, of course. I have a Xbox controller, and I have a HOTAS. So I'm going to try whatever works best. Yeah, see, I got the same exact one. I'm going to try whatever works best and go from there. See whatever makes it easier. All right. Next question. That was a long question we went through. Will the Blizzard producer... With Blizzard...
See how it is.
With Blizzard producer, will any of you buy Sparkle spaceships?
But who's the Blizzard producer?
I'm just reading the question.
Yeah,
I'm not interpreting. I'm not translating.
Alex
I'm
Mayberry.
not fixing.
I think that's.
Yeah,
I
but
think
did-
it means Mayberry, and it's like, you know how they released all like the sparkle mounts and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
That wasn't his idea, was it?
I know that. That's not the question.
again.
I don't know.
My answer: only if it's a vampire.
Does it sparkle with you?
Yeah, then I'm going to fly it into the fucking sun.
It does sparkle with me as well. What's the matter, Stakas?
Rico's just
Oh.
posted something interesting in the chat.
Uh-oh. You want to jump ahead and read it? Because I can't see where it is.
Oh, it's just at the very, very bottom. Yeah, it's more of a picture than
Put
anything.
in Skype chat, not in the.
Very interesting.
Right here, it's a new Connie redesign leaked image from Sandy. That just
Oh my God! Whose voice is that?
Oh, hey.
Hey, Rico.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's gonna
Wow.
Cool.
That is awesome.
look where the ship
Sorry.
is. The Merlin. Look where
Yeah.
it's.
Yep.
No.
It's at the back, which makes a hell of a lot more sense.
A lot more sense. Okay, let's put it in the chat so you guys can
I was
all
going to
see
say,
it.
do we want to throw it in chat?
Yeah, let's throw it in chat. Here we go, guys.
Oh, don't show it to them.
No,
Screw them.
Just
Screw them.
we'll just make it sound like it's the absolutely most amazing thing, and then never show them.
never show them. Oh my God. It's
My God.
So there you go, guys. Have a look at it. There it is. Thank you, Rico, for sharing that with us.
Thanks.
That is a
Rico.
lot more sensible.
It's very nice. I want to touch it. Now, I wonder if that'll be one of the new ones that we're giving away.
I
Well,
wonder
eventually.
if yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if you own one, they'll just end up swapping the model out for this. I don't think they'll
Probably.
leave you with an old model, and then people who bought one later will get the new model. So
Okay.
eventually,
Next one is from Grimshock. When Chris said we could fly off the edge of the map forever, does that contradict the whole concept of dynamic system that we hit the mark for?
Well, technically, unless you want to fly for the... How many hours is it from system to system without a jump gate?
From
Jump
system
point?
to system.
Yes, from system
Could be
to
take
If you're only
days.
moving 0.2 of the speed
Yeah,
of light,
yeah.
it would take you months. Well, if we're going to be hardcore
Yeah,
about
go
the
hardcore.
physics and stuff, it's going to take you years to get there.
Okay, so what you're asking us is it game breaking that it will take years to fly from system to system, or that the boundaries are endless between systems? Well, considering it's going to take years to go from system to system anyway, and no one's going to try that. And me having said that now means someone's going to leave an alt account running for years and years till hopefully they reach another system. But no, I don't think it'll have an impact on the way the game's going to play.
The problem with that plan is that they won't be able to lock onto the other system and say, go that way. They will have to manually adjust, because if they're even a degree or two off, they will miss by a long ways.
So
You
what
know,
you're
that other
saying
star
is
system.
what you're saying is they need a lot of alt accounts to make this project work.
Yes. Or they just need to log in every now and again and go, and then
So
go.
to answer the question, no, we don't think it'll make any difference.
And, space is empty. Space should be
Yeah.
empty. In real space, it's a lot of space to go from point A to point B.
And once you fly out of what we call the range of the system, you're basically just flying through darkness.
Yep.
There's plenty of stars, but
no suns.
No suns, no planets to boost your stuff. And if you can't make adjustments to your trajectory while you're moving that fast, you're stuck going that way. You would have to stop and then adjust and then start going again.
And to everyone in the chat who's saying it's going to take longer than years, well, you're only making the case answer even stronger.
Yep.
Space! It's so big. Okay. Okay, this is from Minty. How do each one of you feel about the overall direction of Star Citizen, how it's going? What do you think, Trendane? The overall direction of Star Citizen. You have a good background, that's why I kind of threw the question to you first. You
already worked as far as,
the direction of the game, not like in space.
As far as development. But
yes, development, yes.
From within the game itself. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to feel, to those of us on the outside, it's going to feel, once Dogfighting Module is released, we're going to feel a rapid drop in momentum. Because now we've got the Dogfighting Module, and CIG in all of its various studios is going to continue barreling forward, trying to get, Squadron 42 and the Persistent out the door. But from our perspective, because we've been getting such steady updates on the Dogfighting Module and it's getting so close, there's such a fervor over it that once it's out, it's just going to feel like everything just stopped all of a sudden for us. For them, it's still going to be full steam ahead. So perspective is a huge thing that the audience as a whole is going to have to retain this sense of perspective, because it's going to go silent for a while. Well, not completely silent.
How are we going to keep the momentum going? Even like, how is SIG going to be able to keep that momentum going?
Well, they will have an advantage of kind of a decompression period while we're playing the Dogfighting Module. That'll give them time to kind of gather up together and say, okay, let's get all of our ducks in a row. Not that they haven't already done that, planned what their next steps are after the Dogfighting Module drops. But probably what they'll do is they will. The big things that Chris has mentioned recently are the rehash, not the rehash, but the winnowing down of the script. For Squadron 42.
10,000 pages to 5 pages, yes.
Exactly, yeah, kind of. Who are the people that are going to be performing that script? Because, I mean, at this point, it's more like, it's going to become like a movie that's being made.
Yep.
And we're going to want to know who's the cast, who's writing the script.
Who's doing voice acting.
Exactly, that kind of thing. We're going to want to know that. And it's going to be more like a movie release kind of thing from that point. It's how the vibe is going to change. So that's where I think they're going to go.
What do you think they're perfect? What are your thoughts?
Well, I actually agree with Trendane. I think shocking. I know, right? I think that since they're working in an agile, iterative process, sort of one of the hallmarks of that process is that at the start of a new sprint, you're supposed to go back and look at what you did before, all of your design work, all of your stuff, and say, where are we at? Was this initial work that we did good enough? Is there anything we need to change? Anything we need to adjust? Moving forward. So I think that, and that happens at the end of every single sprint. So after the social module, they'll take a look at what everything is going to, like how everything's going, and they'll readjust themselves again and again. So I mean, that's just what happens. So I think I'm sure they're moving in a great direction, but I guess we'll have to withhold our judgment somewhat until after the release of the Dogfighting Module to see if everything worked out great or not.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to pipe in?
Nothing I can add that hasn't already been said.
Yeah,
okay.
Everything's been said pretty much.
All right, let's we'll have a few more minutes on this raffle. Remember, guys, if you haven't... What's that?
Nothing. Sorry.
Somebody's alarm's going on. If you haven't gotten in the raffle yet, you still have time. And even if you have not... If you're thinking about getting the raffle, you're like, well, I'm not a subscriber and I have no coins. If you subscribe tonight, or actually anytime you subscribe, you get 200 coins right away, so you can get right in and just jump right in the raffle. And you have about 7 more minutes before the raffle is over, so get your coins. Get in if you want to. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you buy your tickets. If you type in Domo coins, you do not see any numbers in brackets, fix that. And to fix it, you type in exclamation point ticket, and then however many coins you want to use up. So 500 or whatever. Okay. Next question. Considering that cargo is a matter of volume, not just of weight, do you think the current cargo capacities of ships is a final or close to final numbers? This is from Set Time. Core.
Sorry.
All right. Trendane. Trendane was going to answer it. Okay.
I don't think it's a question of just volume or just weight. I think it's a factor of mass. Because that's, you want to talk about physics, it's a question of mass. Because the volume of, a gallon of lead versus a gallon of feathers is very, very different. But it's mass.
Yeah, but a pound of feathers weighs a lot less than a pound of lead. It's not a question of weight ratios. If 5 pound bird
at that comment.
I know, right? I did that on purpose.
That's why I went with a measure of volume instead of a measure of weight. So, because it's the mass that you're gonna be dealing with, not the weight or the volume.
No, but I think they did choose to go to something that had to do also with the volumetric size of the of whatever you're sticking in there, because at the end of the day, you might be able to fit 80,000 tons of feathers in there, but if it takes up more space than you volumetrically available, then you're not going to get all those feathers in there.
That's right, yeah.
And I think one of their, or at least Ben's last comment when we had him on the show, was specifically that they were doing a rework for the volumetric way that they're going to interpret cargo, and we haven't seen that much from about that yet. So
I know they're doing a redesign of the actual cargo containers themselves.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, but that's.
I think it's just simple maths. It's going to be one or the other. If you've got something that's really, really, really big, but takes up no weight at all, it's still, you can only fit so many of them in your hull.
And of course, some ships, like for instance the Starfarer, might, and this is just me saying tentatively, right, might only be able to carry 75 tons, is it right now? Or,
yeah, that's what it's at right now, yeah.
Might only be able to carry 75 tons, but they might have so much volumetric space in comparison to the Banu that they can carry all those feathers that we just talked about. And the Banu doesn't have that volumetric space, so it can carry the gold. But, and that might influence how and which ships you want to use for what kind of trades.
Completely agree.
Good points. Okay, Harris, you want to say something? You want to pipe in there?
I think everybody got it.
Okay.
Covered the topic pretty well.
Yep. All right. Next question. Planewalker NCO. How did you buy single ships that are not listed right now? I think he's talking about like my Starfarer and
the November sale, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were bought during specific sales done at specific times. They used to over the course of last year. They don't have it anymore this year, really. They might bring it back at some point. But to promote the game, they did certain pledge runs for a weekend where they introduced a new ship like the Caterpillar, the Retaliator again, and they would sell them over the period of a weekend. However, there was one moment, the November sale, where they decided to sell every single ship that was listed again, and most people picked up their LTI included, not listed ships now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Starfarer has LTI. Suck it! No, just kidding.
All my things have LTI. Not that I really care about it.
Yeah, it really doesn't really matter.
It's pointless, really.
Yes. But on an Idris, it's...
remember, guys, you have to be a subscriber to get tickets. It's a lockout. It won't let you, even if you type in the number right, it won't work unless you are a subscriber. Sorry.
But Core, does LTI cover the mess I'm going to make when I blow the back of your head out from inside?
It might.
Actually, I think it will. It will unless I put in a leather seat. If I put in a leather seat, it's not covered by LTI. However, if I keep the wooden box that currently sits behind the captain, then
the milk crate,
that would be replaced.
Sure, no worries.
Ready?
Planeswalk. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, don't worry about it. There'll be another sale.
Yeah, we were just talking about that a little earlier. I think there's probably going to be another sale.
They'd
Okay.
be mad not to.
They will, and they're gonna have to like get everybody because they should have one right before the DFM. I think, just because it'll get people to wanting to go buy the ships that are in the DFM.
Yeah, I was
Crash
going
the
to say
server like 3 or 4 more times.
Yeah. In that case, they should limit it just to the ships that will be in the DFM. But
Right. Yeah. When the hell do I get past a donkey? 35 hours. Yeah, you get past donkey.
Depends
in
on how
35 hours.
fast you can run, Hank.
No, it's 35 hours to get past a donkey.
One
That's
fast
donkey
ass
tier
donkey.
2. Yeah, that's donkey.
Fast ass.
That's a tier 2
So
donkey.
just leave this tab open for 35 hours and you'll be fine.
Well, no, it has to be live show.
Leave this tab open for 8 days and you'll
Yes,
be
you'll probably get it by after 8 days. Okay, only got a minute here, so the raffle's coming up to an end. Real quick, okay, this is a good question for Trendane. Trendane, if the
What?
world ended
Mhm.
and you had to resort to cannibalism,
Yes?
would you consider eating core?
Yes.
Okay, see, that's less time than I thought it was.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem.
We have 50 seconds counting down to the giveaway of the freelancer. You guys have 50 seconds to get your tickets. I'll just stop the show for a second right here, and we're going to 40 seconds. In 40 seconds, we're ending this raffle, and then that's it. Get your tickets now, because by the time you hear this, you've already running out of time. So
This is you're already out of time.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
The vapidity is at its highest
The
point.
tension is in the room.
delay's like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see a mad rush like in 5 seconds to go, but everyone's like, "Oh no!"
Here we go. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4.
No point in counting
There's
down.
people. Look at there's people doing it right now. They're trying to get tickets. 3, 0. Time is up. 51 viewers entered with a
Holy
total of.
shit.
Does that say 40,000
tickets.
tickets were per? The biggest one we ever had was I think
30.
13 or something or 30.
Yeah,
No.
was
That
30.
is the most tickets I've seen yet.
Yeah.
Connie is next week, guys.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I know.
constellation is next week.
Constellations.
And everybody's like, wait, I want my tickets back. Wait,
I want my tickets back. Too late. Too late. Sucker.
All right, here we go, everybody. Now, I wish you all the best of luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor. So here we go, drawing the winner. 3, 2, 1.
Effie Trinket.
Grimshock. Grimshock with 2,500 tickets at a 6.3 chance to win. He's been following the stream since 25 of April 2014. Excellent job, Grimshock. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
You missed
Well
your question getting answered, but you got your
You got your shit.
Yeah, you just got a freelancer. Screw your question.
I think that's a fair trade-off.
This is a fair trade-off. So, Grimshock, the procedure is you have to send me a Twitch note. Just send me a Twitch note with your Star Citizen email address in it. I will give that over to Clifford, who will then send you the ship. It's a little bit convoluted, but because of the new system, this is what we
Unless
have
it
to
is your intention to give that ship to someone else.
do. Right. Yes. And once again, huge, big hugs and thanks to Clifford. Amazing. And next week, we're going to be giving away a constellation. One of the new constellations with the extra special spiffy stuff.
Giving away.
We don't know.
the big
You mean like every other constellation?
Like every other
So yeah.
Don't make
Well,
it
it's
sound like
ship
my
set.
originally bought constellation will be any worse.
No, yours is
ship
old.
inside a ship. You get 2 ships.
You do. You get a little snub fighter.
There's rumors you could put an M50 in there instead.
Oh god, I hope that's true.
Firecracker?
That would be incredible.
No, the M50, the tiny little space shuttle that was
Yeah.
really fast.
Yes.
Yeah, there are
Farscape
rumors
module?
that you can put that one in there.
All right, guys. Does that sound good for tonight?
Uh-huh.
I think
Yeah.
that sounds good. All right, let's go around the room real quick. Mr. Trendane, where are you? Where can people find you? What is up with you? Tell us. your
I
life.
am trending everywhere on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube,
Table.
Under the Table, all that stuff that Nightbot just said, that thing. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. Right now I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 3 p.m. California time, which is GMT -7. That's the other thing I wanted to bring up. It's a good thing that they're closing down Wingman's hangar because he keeps saying that it's GMT -6, but it's not. It's GMT -5. So
It is.
anyway,
Oh, wait, that's my time. I'm GMT minus 5, but he's in Texas.
yeah, but
Which
I'm
is also
minus
GMT minus 5.
I'm GMT minus 7, and if you look up the time for Austin, it's GMT minus 5.
Yes, it is. GMT
Yeah.
minus 6 is mountain time.
At the moment, yeah, because of summertime.
Because
Fuck
nobody
it.
lives there.
Okay, let's just...
Anyway,
Of course. Like,
so
Derailed!
We never do that.
so yeah, but I'm going to start streaming more often than that because
Yeah, Trendane, you're playing some Civ 5 today.
I got my first Domo raid today. Oh,
It was excellent. It was, and a lot of people stuck around, too.
I was surprised. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got up to like 25 people or something, and then we were still like 17 in there by the time we ended. I was like, what is
We'll do
wrong
better
with you
next
people?
time. We'll do better next time. It was at the end of the show, and that was a very impromptu show, and I got up to like 100 people, and I just said, let's go raid Trendane. So I think next time we'll have a little bit better.
Thank you very much for that.
Oh,
That
of
was
course.
awesome.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Bod, tell us where people can find you, what's going on with your life, all your things.
Well, what's going on in my life? I've got a great job. I'm being
Yeah.
turned into a trainer, and I hate it. But
You hate it? You're training
Other than
people
that-
all the time.
yeah, they keep bringing new people in, and they think I'm good at my job, so I should train them. But all I want to do is sit in a corner and just watch Twitch streams instead of working. I can't
probably
do it when
wonder what
someone
you're
sit
doing.
next to me, and unless they're a gamer, then maybe I could tune in.
If they're a gamer, they can get in on it. Do they ever get busted at work? Have they ever gone, why are you using up so much bandwidth, Bod?
No, they got we got a gigabit link in the office, so I don't mean to know this.
They probably don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, he works for an ISP. How the fuck are you going to use up all that bandwidth?
They probably watch it, though.
Order streams, but
They're probably saying, why is Twitch on 18 hours a day in the office?
maybe.
Uh,
yeah.
Testing purposes.
Stress testing.
All right,
I do
Core.
a show.
Yeah, I do a show, damn it.
Greatest excuse we've ever come up with.
Yeah. Core, tell us, you got some new stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm currently still taking this time off. I'm researching some options. Unfortunately, because of that, I am extremely busy. But I am reformatting my stream, so we'll be doing stuff in a new format as I restart. And I'll also be doing a lot more thematic things. However, I'm not starting yet. I'm starting soon. I'm also extremely busy, which is what I tried to say 2 seconds ago when I said I was busy. It'll come back soon. It'll come back awesome, and that will be the beginning of my my stint in permanent streaming.
Perfect. So we'll hit that back up again when you're ready to go. We'll fire people at you. Awesome. That's exciting. All right, Mr. Stakas?
Me, I'm Sergeant Stakas.
Everywhere?
You can at all the places, everywhere. You can catch me on Twitch at Sergeant Stakas, at Twitter at Sergeant Stakas. Follow me if you like, because I'll certainly follow you into the dark, deep crevice of your insides and wear you like a warm meat coat and wear you around on Fashion Week and just win all the awards.
Johnny's getting his sock all warmed up.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, my streaming is very sporadic just due to my situation at the moment and the fact that I live on the other side of the world and my time is not the same time as your time.
It's
so
upside down time.
It is upside down time. Upside down, Miss Patty. Only Australians will get that joke. Sorry.
Something to do with Vegemite.
No, not quite. So yeah, but you can still follow me, and I'm always in the Geekdomo chat, watching you, always.
Oh,
and
yes, he is.
we're all members of the Bearded Warriors, so you have to follow us. And if you do not, I will come and I will lick you while you sleep.
He will.
Repeatedly.
He's done it to me before.
Those are three separate things. I will come and watch you and lick you while you sleep.
I didn't state that they were the same thing.
Or they're going to happen in that order.
Yeah, may or may not happen in that order.
Yes.
That's it. That's.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I've been up all night.
Who's got the Beard Warrior link? Make it happen, Captain.
I got it.
I think it's just a beard.
Now, they
your
just
turn to
changed
talk.
something weirdly. They just changed something recently. You can't follow all anymore, which is unfortunate.
Nope.
So you have to go through, if you want to highlight, you just click all of us. Just click us all. Love us all.
Click us all, definitely.
All right, Mr.
We can all
Mr.
use some
Perfect.
love.
Click me.
Tell us about yourself, Perfect. What's happening with you?
So you can follow me on Twitter at Perfekt Nerd. You can follow me on Twitch at Perfekt_Nerd. YouTube, I guess, if you want to. I'm not doing anything with YouTube right now. That's also Perfekt Nerd. But I haven't been able. I've been trying to stream more Dota 2, but right now 2 things are going on. The International. If you haven't been watching the International, it's the biggest tournament in esports ever. Right now they're at 5 million plus at their prize pool. Right?
I thought you were going to say that's people watching their Twitch channel. I was like, that's why my shit's going all fucked up tonight.
Well, maybe they had like 150,000 concurrent viewers on the qualifiers matches. We're not even talking about the actual international itself. So our 5 million prize pool, they're getting $1,000 an hour for additional prize money at this point. So it's the biggest tournament in esports. If you're into Dota 2 or not into Dota 2, check it out. It's actually a lot of fun. So I'm kind of cutting down my streaming a little bit because there's also a scheduling conflict with the database course that I'm teaching. So I have to kind of maneuver everything around, and it's just not fitting together right now. So once the international kind of cools down, I'll pick up the streaming again.
Okay.
And in betweenies. That's it.
Perfect. All right. So, yes, in chat you guys are talking about, we have a fellow streamer here who, he actually is not part of the Bearded Warriors, but he is a fellow streamer who comes to our channel all the time. He's here like every single day. He had cancer before, and it has come back, and it might not be all that great for him. So we're going to do a drive for him very soon. I'm thinking it'll be, let me give you the actual date we're going to start it. It'll probably be around the 30th or the 31st of May. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to get this thing kicked off. I am talking with Sony. I'm talking with them for EverQuest, also H1Z1. I'm looking to talk with the people from Star Citizen. We're going to get a bunch of prizes to give away. We're going to do raffles. We're going to do auctions. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff to help raise some money for our friend Mr. Madman Moose, who's a pretty regular, prolific streamer who is now currently in the hospital. And even though he lives in England and his medical bills are taken care of, there's still a lot of external expenses that we needed to help him take care of, least of which is getting him a laptop so that he can at least play games and stuff like that while he's in the hospital.
Well, around those dates, I could probably do a 24 or 48-hour effort if you
That's
need
what we were thinking, is like a 24-hour deal. We're going to have like a central location where all the money goes to a single like repository that we can have all the donations going into. So I'm working on that part of it too because he's in England, so we got to get that set up. Maybe Bod can help me. We can talk offline, Bod, and try to get that set up so that we're doing it the right way for your country. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and then also I'm streaming all the time over here. So thank you all for coming tonight, and next week, Constellation next week. It's going to be a good one. Spread the word, get many peoples in here, and well, maybe you don't want to spread the word. Maybe you want less peoples, so that you have a better chance.
And maybe by next week we'll be playing something.
That would be fantastic. Maybe we just won't even. Maybe we won't even do the show. We'll sit on the stream, and all 6 of us will have the dogfighting module open, and we'll like be pew-pewing each other.
I'll still be playing Civ 5.
Yep. Okay.
God damn it, Rome!
Oh yeah.
Swearing all this.
There is something I forgot. I'm sorry. If we get $5,000 on the raffle, I am dyeing my beard. I don't know. You guys have. Somebody said they weren't. I was going to shave it, but they want me to dye it bright yellow. Or lemon colored, I guess. So that might happen. But if we hit the 10,000, my wife is going to shave her head live on the stream, and we're going to be donating all of the money to, not all of her hair to Locks of Love, which is what they make wigs out of people's hair. So those are 2 stretch goals. We're going to have more stretch goals, and that's the other stuff that I'm trying to get started up. So thank you for mentioning that in the chat. I just thought I would bring that back up. Okay, so yeah, let's move it on. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot for doing the show, and until next time, see you in the verse. What?
Let's not forget the bass.
Oh my God, the
thank
bass!
all the people.
Oh my God,
Quick,
yes.
quick, show us the back again. Quick,
Never heard.
quick.
No, you can look at the little one up
No,
We must thank all of the listeners on the bass
Yes,
for
the
tuning
bass.
in and listening to us rabble about
Yes.
nonsense. But thank you. We
All
love
our
you
listeners.
individually.
We really do, and I apologize, I
personally
forgot that.
We'll love you all individually.
and come and listen to us tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night. Who's on there tomorrow night?
Yes.
You and
I don't know,
Rico?
as far as I know, it's that other guy and me.
Rico.
Yeah, Rico, that guy.
Bacon Boy.
And
Ravana will be there too, Trendane.
oh, apparently, oh God, that's right. He's in the call. Apparently, yes, Ravana will be there, and it's not a date. It's not a date. Rico, you want to tell everybody where they can find us?
Oh wait, Hax has a great idea though. For 20,000, will she make a live donation to Merkins for Love? Yes.
Ooh.
Why not? We'll do it live on the air. I love being a good Merkin.
So Rico, you want to tell them where to find the base?
You can find the base at radio.starcitizenbase.com, and in the next few minutes, DJ Rowe will be live playing some chill music for the next 2 hours.
Good chill. I like the chill.
Leon.
Like house trance music, chill. Electronica.
Very chill.
Very chill.
Stuff
All right.
like that.
Sorry about that, Rico. I totally forgot to mention at the end of the show.
Don't worry. That's why Trendane is there.
Exactly.
It's a good thing that
he's a large banner now.
Yeah.
I owe $5 to Stakas.
Awesome.
It's all right, Rico.
All right, now let's get out of here. All right. Good night, everybody.